G'day, good morning, hello. My name's Simon Cottee. I'm a 2D animator and filmmaker living in Montreal, and I'm also Australian. Today is the 22nd of, we're still July, that's good news. So basically this is going to be a video log of an open production of a 2D animated film. So what's open production? I love the idea of sharing information about what actually happens during a short film production, and especially an animated 2D production, because it's crazy and it's chaotic and it's weird and there's no proper track, there's no proven path on how to do this. So as well, for me, it's a way for me to document how I got to the end, because we don't know how I'm going to get there really, and we'll figure it out as we go. Basically, The Pioneers, this 2D animated film I'm going to make, it basically is about all the animal test subjects during the space race between the Russians and the Americans in the 50s, well 40s, 50s and 60s, you know, it's like Laika the dog, poor animals that were stuck inside rockets. Many of them blew up. Many of them were recovered. The idea is to present every single launch, every single one of them that happened leading up to Yuri Gagarin, who was the first man to go into orbit, basically, or wherever he went. How did we get to here? How am I here right now to do this film? If I'm doing open production, I'm going to walk you through the process of how we got to this spot. I came up with The Pioneers as an idea that I wanted to explore about 7 years ago, when I was working on and finishing my last film, The Duck, in Australia. So this will be my third film, my own personal film. Since that time of working on projects, I've been doing a lot of contract work and working on a lot of other people's films. But I've been not scared, I've been trying to make my next film, but it's a complicated process, emotionally and logistically, to do that. So the way we got to this point now that I have the space to make the film is I applied for an arts grant, an arts filmmaking grant with the Canada Council of the Arts. The way it works is you can apply for a grant for them to give you a budget or a chunk of money to complete an artistic practice or professional development practice. So for me, I submitted this film, The Pioneers, which meant filling out a lot of forms, writing artist statements and making schedules and budgets, concept art, pitch documents, like all this content you have to prepare in advance to pitch. And so you send your thing forwards and you wait many months as people review it and look at it. And then if you're very lucky, your grant gets granted and you will get given a chunk of cash that you have to adhere to use via the budget that you submitted to make your film. So that's what I did. And amazingly, I got this grant. I was not expecting it, but I was happy. I was very happy. I've applied for a lot of grants and I've got, I think, 2 of the 4 or 5 that I've submitted. So I've had a lot of failed grants as well. So here we are. So now I have a budget and I have a schedule and I have to make the film whether I want to or not. Like the way to make a film is to back yourself into a corner to tell people you're going to make a film, and for people then to be relying and expecting you to make a film, and then you just desperately claw your way out like a cornered tiger. That's my tip, my pro tip for filmmaking. Get yourself into an impossible position that then the only solution is to make a film, or you just destroy yourself in every possible capacity. Okay? Full open production. What does that mean? I'll tell you my budget, okay? So, well, first, we've got our deadline. We're starting production now on the 22nd of July. Our deadline to finish the film, this is 2019, is December 6, 2019. That gives us about 5 months approximately. Today I'm doing my schedule again, so that number's probably wrong, to make this film. It's going to be under 10 minutes, 2D animated. I'll be directing and lead animator, and then I've got my collaborator and animator extraordinaire Malcolm Sutherland, who will be assisting in production with animation assistance and just general support. He's like my wise elder that I can also use. And then I'm also going to be bringing in a more of a rookie animator to sort of teach a process to as well, which will be my mate Felipe. So Felipe will be coming in to give assistance. Like, we have funding, so everyone's going to be paid. Like this is a real professional development work. So budget-wise, we've got a budget of $46,515. Now you might hear that number and think, whoa, that's incredible. That's like 50 grand, man. You can almost buy 1/10 of a shitty apartment or something. But I mean, that money is scheduled, right? We have a budget of where that cash goes. And so for myself, I'm basically on a living wage to be making the production while I work. Then we've got budgets for like a composer, we've got budget for sound mix, we've got budget for the key animators, the assistant animators. So that money vanishes very quickly. But, you know, it means that people like myself, we can survive and make something truly special for us, you know, and remarkable. So it's a really privileged position to be in as well, and something not to be taken lightly. If someone's willing to throw money at you, and like a government organization that's giving you money for an artistic practice, you have a lot of responsibility with that, right? And that's part of being cornered. Now we're cornered, it's time to fight our way out, all right? Okay, I'm like rambling here, aren't I? Okay, so this is week one. This is day one, week one. It's not technically day one, as yesterday I was not meant to be working and I kind of started working. I actually recorded this vlog, which I apologize for. If we're being open about the development, this was part of the development, okay? And if you want to see where ideas can come from, this is a warning, because where ideas and creative ideas of production can come from isn't exactly for the faint of heart. So what you're about to see is a manic episode of an individual in a fervor of creativity, I guess you could call it. Here we go. Okay, I guess this is the official first day of production. I was not intending to start work today. The situation is my family's not here. I'm like weirdly home alone. Never happens. I wasn't meant to work. I was just really hanging out. One thing led to another and I accidentally started working. I've got just a fucking dumbass book full of just random shit that I ended up just writing. Don't know if it's useful. The realization of what I'm about to actually do is freaking me out. Here, okay, if we're looking at week one, I'm just gonna take this one step at a fucking time. Week one, you got 1 week to get your ducks in line. All right, one, I need to get the data. I need to collect all the data and get it structural and ready to go. This is where Fanny's gonna help me. I bet that Zorba's dance is the perfect volume, isn't it? Fanny, mon mari, my wife, mon mari, ma femme. What's mon mari? I think that's my husband. Fuck. Okay. So, one, data, time estimates. We've got to get the data into our hands. We've got the book. All right. Animals in space. Animals in Space, from research rockets to the space shuttle by Colin Burgess and Chris Dobbs. Published by Springer and Praxis. Alright, this fucking book, we got the data, we got the info, right? We got the fucking info here. Let me just... Alright, we got appendices and indexes, alright? So we're fucking writing dumb shit in here. This has lists of dates of the flights. Again, I've been stressing future thinking about fucking around with all the little shit, right? I realized I was starting to read you this, and I got very caught up, but I'm now just talking to myself. Stressing about all the little bits. Yeah, I wrote a thing. You won't have time to get caught up in the little bullshit, so don't. Presenting facts of basic information, but I can only present it as accurate as I can within human parameters, right? So I've got the data of the flights. If this is truly with presenting the data, this is a film built on fact, okay? I like to get emotional. That's what I do. I get all emotional. I don't have time to get all emotional. We're just gonna build on the fact. So we've got the info. So we get the fact, then we get the data, right? So we get the data all together with the structure of the film. The film is gonna have a rhythm. It's not Zorba's dance. That's not the rhythm, but you get what's going on here. We get the structure of the pace of the film as built to a rhythm. Okay, we then get the data, and then we need to slot the data into the rhythm. If we're presenting all the info of every animal space flight leading up to Yuri Gagarin's launch in 60 something. God, when did Yuri go up? Whatever, fuck it. We need to get every one of those in, and the animated film, we're not going over 10 minutes. I'm not letting that fucking happen. So our structure has to fit a very finite timing. So timing structure, that's part 2 in my week 1. Okay? You get me? So when I have the data, I know how long things need to be visualized on screen to see it within the structure of a film. I can then put time estimates by calculating the data of flight. Every flight has 2 images minimum. We have image of animal, participant in rocket. I hope this isn't just, the audio is not just blown out. I really like Zorba's dance. We have the structure of the animal. We then go from animal, rocket. So subject, result of subject. The rocket the animal went in, did the rocket explode? Did they come back? But we don't have time to show, like, whoo, we don't have time to show, here's a goddamn rat, here's a goddamn rocket, ooh, the rocket launches, what happened to the rocket? Well, according to the data, the rocket actually had a malfunction on the locking bolt mechanism on the thing. Oh shit, that fell, and then, we're not going to have the luxury to present the data. That's what I was talking about, freaking out about the little bits. Oh, I'm fucking losing my mind here. Okay, 3, the composer. All right, so the film is built on a structural foundation of timing, okay? The rhythm. So we can build a structure even with a metronome track or some thing, but I don't understand music theory. I know that there's like timing sequences, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, that's in 4-step 3 time to the beat on the half measure. I don't know, it's another language to me. So, to build the structure, I also need to work with a composer from the very start, because the idea is that this film is you're gonna get in the rhythm. The structure of the edit's gonna be built to the rhythm of the music, and in turn the sound, in turn the visuals. We got to get it firing on the union of all 3 senses: the visual, the audible, and then the like emotional, the whatever your bit that you connect. You get me? We need the composer to do that. So I guess that's it. Romance/emotion versus the fact? ? Just present the fact. Don't put a rose in its mouth. Fuck. Okay, well, I guess that turned into day 1 of production, and off to the races. Fucking, we gotta go. Oh yeah, the other thing I've discovered. Is it even in this book? I didn't discover it, but this is my idea. CAGMAFWPOHOTAOB. Okay? CAGMAFWPOHOTAOB. We all know what I'm saying, right? CAGMAFWPOHOTAOB. We all know that. Why does that sound so familiar to us? Because it's that thing where you take all the letters and put them in a row, but it says a word from the letters. Can a guy make a film with pure of heart, on time, and on budget? CAGMAFWPOHOTAOB. That's what we're going to work out. I apologize for that. Again, what you just maybe saw. This vlog is going to be long as fuck, eh? Week 1. Okay, week 1, we got to get the data in. We got to get the time estimates. We're getting the data from the book. That will give us the time estimates of the length of the film. Then from that, we can also work out the timing structure of the film. And the timing structure is also what the music will be built off and the animatic stage. So this week as well, we have to make contact with a composer to hopefully get on board pretty quick. Now I've got a few ideas for composers, and I'm going to be introduced to some pretty exciting people too through mutual friends. So I'll keep you updated on that. I won't say anything because things will probably fall through. That'll be a big step, a big exciting step. So that's pretty much it, I think, in terms of the opening vlog. Yeah. So we don't have a producer either. That's weird. My past 2 films, oh no, only The Duck had a producer, which was very useful. This won't have one. In a way, my wife Fanny is might be a surrogate producer. She doesn't know that yet, but she's on maternity leave with our baby, our second new baby. I just had a baby, by the way. Like, I'm at home with a baby, I've got another kid. Somehow I'm gonna make a film in that environment. Should be fine, right? Let's find out, okay? You can follow more of this development on whatever YouTube channel I've put this on. I don't know yet. You can follow stuff on my Twitter at Simon Cottee. I do that. People in videos do that. The green. I don't know what this pink is. Well, I do. That's meant to be animatic. So, oh, by the way, this is week 1. I probably should have added. Week 1 is we're pre-production. We're prepping. We're getting our ducks in line. Then we're going to start animatic production next week. Okay, thanks for being a part of this chaos. It's going to get worse. It's going to get dark. It's going to get strange. But it's going to be pretty fun. Okay, see you guys.